Good day, everyone. I am Chisom Great. Today, we'll be looking at the dissection of the cubital fossa. We'll be looking at the cubital fossa. So, the cubital fossa is defined as a triangular shaped depression that is located anterior to the elbow. So, this is the cubital fossa here. You can see it is a triangular shaped depression that is found anterior to the elbow. This is it. And the cubital fossa serve as a transition between the arm and the forearm. It serves as a transition between the arm and the forearm. And it also contains blood vessel, nerves, and also other contents in it. So this is the cubital fossa, and we'll be looking at the boundaries and also the content of the cubital fossa. So the cubital fossa has a roof, a floor, the medial wall, the lateral wall, the apex, and the base. So we'll be looking at these things one after the other. So the roof of the cubital fossa is formed by this aponeurosis here, which is known as the bicipital aponeurosis. The bicipital aponeurosis is the aponeurosis that the bicep brachii here gave off that runs medially. So this is the bicipital aponeurosis forming the roof of the cubital fossa. The floor is formed by the tendon of the brachialis muscle. So you can see the brachialis muscle here. This is the tendon at the point of insertion that inserts at the ulnar tuberosity, forming the floor of this fossa here. Then the medial wall is formed by this muscle here. This muscle here forms the medial wall, and this is the pronator teres muscle, forming the medial wall of the cubital fossa. Then the lateral wall of the cubital fossa is formed by this muscle here, which is the brachioradialis muscle. And also we have an apex. This is the apex of the cubital fossa, which is formed by the coming together of the pronator teres and the brachioradialis muscle. Then the base is formed by an imaginary line that moves from the medial epicondyle down to the lateral epicondyle. So this is where the base is. So let me repeat the boundaries. The roof is formed by the bicipital aponeurosis. So this is the bicipital aponeurosis covering this fossa to form the roof. Then the skin also forms the roof, and the fascia also forms the roof. Then the floor is formed by the tendon of the brachialis muscle here. It forms the floor. Then the medial wall is formed by, this is the medial part of the upper limb. So the medial wall is formed by the pronator teres here, while the lateral wall is formed by the brachioradialis muscle here. Then the apex is formed by the brachioradialis and the pronator teres, while the base is formed by an imaginary line that moves from the medial epicondyle to the lateral epicondyle. So having seen the boundaries, let's go over to the content of the cubital fossa. The first content of the cubital fossa is the median nerve. This is the median nerve. So it enters the cubital fossa. So you can see it entering the cubital fossa here through the base. And as it enters the cubital fossa, it pierces the two head of the pronator teres. So this is it, piercing the two head of the pronator teres to move down to the forearm. So this is it here. Then the second content of the cubital fossa is the brachial artery. This is the brachial artery. The brachial artery enters the cubital fossa, and at the apex of the cubital fossa, you can see the apex of the cubital fossa. This is the brachial artery here. At the apex of the cubital fossa, it divides into two. It divides into the radial artery and the ulnar artery. So this is the ulnar artery here that it divides into. This is the ulnar artery. While the one that moves laterally is the radial artery. So this is the radial artery. This is the radial artery here. Here. And this happens at the apex of the cubital fossa. So this is the brachial artery dividing into the ulnar artery and the radial artery here that moves laterally. Then the other content of the cubital fossa is the radial nerve. This is the radial nerve here. So this is the radial nerve here. The radial nerve enters the cubital fossa by running under the brachioradialis muscle. It runs under it to enter the cubital fossa here. Then the final content of the cubital fossa is the tendon of the biceps brachii. So you can see the biceps brachii here. This muscle, this is the biceps brachii, this is the bicipital aponeurosis. Then you will notice that here, now the tendon of the biceps brachii at the point of insertion here, it forms a content in the cubital fossa. So having seen the content, let's go over to the clinical relevance of the cubital fossa. As a matter of fact, the reason why this cubital fossa is an important area is that the content of the cubital fossa, when damaged, will affect the rest of the upper limb. So in a situation where there is supracondylar fracture or the fracture of the lower part of the humerus, the brachial artery may rupture. This is the brachial artery. And when the brachial artery ruptures, the blood supply to the rest of the upper limb is affected, and this situation is known as Volkmann ischemic contraction. This simply means that the wrist will be consistently flexed. The wrist and the hand, like this, will consistently flexed this way because of the structures surrounding that area lacks enough blood supply. So that is what we mean by the Volkmann ischemic contraction. So showing that this area here is an important anatomical area. So we've come to the end of this teaching. I will encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook, Learn with Chisom Grade. Like this video, share this video to your friends, comment on this video. Thank you very much.